So the BRRRR strategy is a very popular strategy. 99% of, to me, landlords or investors that have owned more than 10 properties typically stumble upon it. With the internet now, you can do it right out of the gate. For me, I learned this strategy, say by accident years ago, and also realized, wow, this is a very powerful technique. So as a buyer, this is a great approach to take. So what it is you buy it, you rehab it, you rent it out, and then you refinance it and repeat the process. So that's what the BRRRR strategy stands for. So in this example I provide, this is the steps that you take when you do the BRRRR strategy to make it work with all the numbers involved, okay? So in the example we have the bank is gonna give you 75% loan to value, which means, all goes back to ARV. If the ARV in this example is $150,000, they will give you 75% of it back, which would be $112,500. So let me write this down. We have $150,000 as the ARV, okay? So after repair value, it's $150,000. This is the BRRRR strategy. The bank is going to give you back 75% of this property, okay? The number is $112,500. So this is the target number when you're doing the BRRRR strategy, out of the gate. Can I get $112,500 back in my pocket, which means the property is free? There was zero put in. So when you do cash on cash return, if you do the numbers, this is an infinity return because you got all your money back, okay? So let's go through the BRRRR strategy. So with the BRRRR, an example here would be, say the purchase price of the home is $75,000, okay? Purchase price of the home. Say the renovation cost and holding costs, all that other jazz, is 32 grand. Keep this number, the example, simple. So $32,000 is the reno. So between the repairs, reno, holding costs, etc., your all-in cost here is $112,500, okay? So when you look at this number here and this number here, they're perfect. That means this is a free property. If the example shows, say this is $85,000 instead of $75,000, then this goes up to $122,000. So what does that mean if it's $10,000 over? It means you would have to come to the closing table with $10,000 of your own money out of pocket, so it doesn't technically meet the BRRRR strategy. However, let's say that this property already has a tenant in place and you need little work, and maybe it's producing you, let's just give an example of $2,000 per month, okay? And it typically will take you 3 months to refinance it, if not 4. So I would say 4, okay? So you do $2,000 a month that you're bringing in, times 4, you're bringing in $8,000 per month in cash flow, okay? What's the number here? $10,000 that you have to come to the closing table. If you save the $8,000 you're making per month, you technically have to come to the closing table with $2,000. So this deal makes perfect sense because you only come to the table with $2,000. Your cash on cash return is probably going to be ridiculous, and your DSCR is going to make total sense from all the other videos that we talked about. So this is the BRRRR strategy, long and short. Take a look at it, study it, YouTube it, Google it. Phenomenal approach.